Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ohio, and I am coming to bring you a very simple card that I made using the Stampin' Up! Picture This dies. I'm using the rectangle one today, and I just want to show you that, just something really easy, some ways to use some small pieces of DSP and make you some cards. And I also have a PDF of that I put over on my Facebook page, which is Stamp Crazy VIP. There's all kinds of files over there that you are more than welcome to get from my videos that you see here on YouTube. So one of these days I may try to get my blog up and running again. I do not keep that up. I'm very bad about that. But it would be a great place to put the files where you can go to that if you don't have Facebook, because I know some people don't, and I use it for my business and for seeing funny things. I don't like drama, but all the other stuff I can take. The drama, I just like pass it over. But anyway, Stampin' Up! Now has their mini catalog out and their celebration. And for the celebration this month and in August, for every $50 you spend, you can pick out something out of that celebration catalog. They have several things in there that's $50 for $50. Some of it is $100. So there is enough stuff in there for either way. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you with that. And when I turn my phone down, you'll be able to get all of my information. And to my online store, you'll have my email address, the Facebook group, my July host code, all is on there. And so if you don't have a demonstrator and you see stuff that you might want, and that you can always go to my online store and order. If you have thought about wanting to become a demonstrator for just, being a hobbyist, if you want to get that 20% discount to kind of save you some money on the supplies you like to buy if you are a big Stampin' Up! Person, you can do that, and which is a good thing, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't mind you doing that. And I would love to talk to you about that and have my team grow. I really need to do that and work on that, so I'm begging for team members, I guess. But anyway, if you are a big spender, you don't really have anybody that you want to sign under or can sign under, I would love to do that, and I'd be able to help you in any way. I've been a demonstrator for 8 years with them, but I've been with other companies. I've worked in a retail craft store for 25 years. I'm used to the craft stuff, and Stampin' Up! Is so good because everything coordinates and it's just easy to use. And so anyway, I'm just giving my little spiel about that, but I am going to turn my phone. This card's very easy. It won't take us long at all to make, but I just want to show you an idea with using these dies. If you don't have the dies, you can actually use like the stitched rectangles or whatever, and place them and make your own card like this using the regular dies. If you get dizzy, close your eyes while I turn my phone. But also, if you would hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really like for you to do that. And while you're I'm turning you could do that, so you don't have to watch me turn, because I do not have all the fancy stuff to just click you into the next phase here. Okay, here we go. Here's some samples. We'll push them down a little bit and get this all in focus so that you can see it. I am going to make sure that my computer shows this so that we can I can see and make sure I have my cards in place for you. Okay, I think I'm ready. There we go. I'm going to turn my light around so that it makes it a little brighter. When I have that light around, when I've got the camera facing me, I have green spots in my glasses, which I don't really like. My camera stand, I just knocked crooked. There we go. I think we're like maybe ready. I don't know. Now it looks more crooked. I think it's my phone's crooked. I can't tell. Let's straighten it up a little bit. But anyway, here's my card. We're going to be making this yellow one, but these are different samples. Here's the same papers. I used the Hues of Happiness from Stampin' Up. Same piece of DSP, just cut at different edges because it has all those colors in there. This, I used our new in colors and used the daisy punch in the in colors and made it super, super fast, super, super simple. And on each card, I did put something in there on the inside to kind of bring my outside to the inside. Same here, and then same on this one. I always try to bring my the outside of my card to the inside to just make it flow over. I just think it gives a nice added touch. I've been stamping 20-something years. I have not done this all the time. I've probably only been doing this the last few years. And but I really like the touch that it gives the cards, and that's why it's there. Here is all my information if you need it. I'm going to bring that down because it wasn't being seen because I got my camera all cattywampus away. But there's all my information. If you'd like to screenshot it, if you need any of it, that would be great. So I am going to take this card. I'm going to sit it to the side. We'll put this one over here out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and move this up. It'll be out of your way so we can make our card. The PDF that I told you about looks like this, which has the card that I'm making, plus the sample, and then everything that I used and how I did it. So that is like over on my Facebook page right now. So let's get all this out of the way because we're going to start with our card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and burnished with your scoring tool. Here is my die. I already cut it out, and here's what the dies look like. And I'm using this one. I did a video a few weeks ago and used this one, which was really, really pretty. But I thought I needed to try to do something with the rectangles. I thought the rectangles was a little bit more challenging. But I did very simple cards with it, and that's okay. For the sayings that I used, for this one and for this one, both came out of the flowering tulips. I used the birthday and the thank you. So I only used one stamp set to do that, and I mainly just pulled out a stamp set that would fit my needs. That's usually how I work. So anyway, what I've got here is I have, first of all, here's the pieces that came out of here when I did my die cutting. These two I can keep, and I can maybe use those for sentiments on another card or whatever, so I can actually keep those so they don't go to waste. This one we are going to use to do our stamping on. And then here are our two pieces of DSP, which measures 3 inches by 1.5. And they will actually, when I turn it over, they'll be on the back side, but they fit right with the rectangles there. So we're going to move that to the side for a minute. We're going to go ahead and do our stamping on here so we can put this back in place where it goes. So I'm going to ink it up. Just make sure it's inked really good. I'll bring this up, and I will try not to get my head in your way, and I will stamp this actually over a little bit. And there we go. Whoops. The stuff over there is kind of falling over. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because this is actually going to be in here, will fit right back in where it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this piece over so the back side of it is up. I'm going to take my birthday sentiment and I'm going to stick it right here where it goes. I'm going to take these two pieces of paper, these two pieces of DSP, and what I'm mainly going to do is make sure that I have it to where the flowers are going the right way. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put one up here. I'm just going to lay it. And then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to put it down here. Just make sure it's laying down. I kind of straighten them up if I can. The flowers really doesn't matter. And here's where I'm going to use Scotch tape instead of a glue. And the reason why is I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm just going to lay it to where I catch both pieces of paper so I can seal them down. Let me put this back up here where it goes. It's getting caught on the stitching a little bit. So let's put that like that. And we're going to do the same thing at the bottom here. And then these kind of just want to flip up a little bit. So I'm going to tape those down. Nobody will see the tape. Then I'm going to do this on the edges a little bit just to make sure that those flaps stay down. Okay, then we turn that over and there's our card. Easy, easy peasy. So here's our card base, and this is going to go on here just like this. But what I do is I use dimensionals and add them to the back, because I want that back to really stand up pretty good. So this is what I do. And then we're going to take our backs off. Which sometimes can be the most time-consuming thing in the world. But you notice I did put quite a few on here, but I want this to stand up really well because of it being a bigger piece. Now this is cut 5 1/4 by 4, so the only paper that you're actually cutting is your card base, and then 2 5 1/4 by 4 pieces, and then just your scrap. So you have very little cutting on this card, which makes it nice. So we can go ahead and put this in here. There we go, just lay that down. So there's that part of our card. We can go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and use my glue now, and I'm going to put my inside of my card in. Let's just go ahead and add this in here. Okay, now we're ready to decorate. And what I used was the flowers out of that paper. The dies fit them, and that's what I used on my card. So I don't know if I'm going to use the pink or I might use the yellow. Oh, that puts too much yellow. What about a lighter pink? I think I like the darker one. And I don't know that I want a big flower. Let's see, though. You know, we never know. No, he's too big. Okay, let's go back with this one. And then we will maybe put this one to the inside. Okay, what I'm going to do, I don't want this little stem. If you noticed, I took the stem off here. So I'm just going to get my scissors out. And I'm going to take and I'm going to cut that stem off. I don't want to use that. So let's just pull that out of there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our leaves here and I'm going to just put that to the back like that. So it kind of looks like it fits right in there. So since I got my tape out, I'm just going to tape those two together. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on it. So let's use a couple dimensionals on our card. There we go. And we'll put our flower on, and then we'll have to put some gems on it. We'll do that in a second. So I'm just going to add my flower right there. Okay, let's go to the inside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 leaves. I've used a lot of the leaves out of here. So, let's go. I got 2 here. So I already know what I want to do, and I'm going to take and I'm going to make a petal of glue right here. Like so. And I'm going to add my leaves to my petal of glue. I'm going to put a set of leaves like right here. And then I'm going to catch some of that glue onto this leaf and put it right here. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more glue right here. And I'm going to add my flower to that. And then we'll just put a flower in here and have those leaves kind of show. Moving it around just to see what I want. Then I'm going to hold that down just for a second. And as you can see, I got a lot of flowers in that because that paper, you can cut out flowers with your dies and just use it. So I keep those cut in my little containers, and they're easy to use that way. Okay. I got a little bit too much glue on there. You know what that calls for, don't you? Glue eraser. Which I'm notorious to use. It just gets up any little glue mess that you have. They're great. We used to carry them a while back, but now you can get them off of Amazon. And let me tell you, when they get dirty on the edges, you just take and peel that off and use them again. I got more glue on there than I thought. Daggone. But it'll keep, as long as you keep moving it, it'll wipe it off. Okay, there we go. So that is our card, all except for our gems. And what I used was the glossy gems, and I think this pink might just go with it a little bit. I think I'm going to use that pink and see how that looks. So let's do that. So we can put one right here. I'm going to use 2 little ones, one up here, and maybe one right here. So there we go. That looks pretty on there, the pink. I have yellow ones on here, pink on the other one, and then on this one, I used the purple to bring out the purple in the flowers. So there they are. There's the 3, you know, the one I just made, plus these 2 that I already had made. So as you can see, it's a very, very easy card to do. It's a way to use up the smaller pieces of your DSP when you're cutting and you have those small pieces left and you just don't know what you're going to do with them. This is a great way to do it. And like I said, if you didn't have the dies, you could use some rectangle. If you have some rectangle dies or something like that, you could do the same thing and just measure what you need to go around it. Just barely have your paper cover it. You know, tape I thought was easy because it's so flat, and you know, because you got such a small area, you don't want to get glue in it. So that's my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you there's my information back. So if you need anything, just let me know. And don't forget, if you haven't joined my channel, if you would please do that and subscribe to it. Give me a thumbs up. That always helps with my YouTube standings and stuff, I would really, really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.